Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I need to know why LA is so fucking hard to rent right now.
I can't believe we had to be adults in the most unaffordable time in history. Like what luck is that? You know, every other generation got starter homes. We got starter packs for depression. Our parents were buying houses for the price of what we pay in rent now. Meanwhile, we're out here financing phones like they're real estate. Groceries, forget it. I walk into the store with $100 and leave with 2 bags of sadness and milk. You know, eggs cost more than my car insurance. Avocados are basically an investment property. So and don't even talk to me about rent. Rent is just a cover charge for existing. Like you're paying over $2,000 a month for the privilege of living in a box with suspicious plumbing. You know, utilities out of control, internet, forget it. You know, health insurance. This is an extortion racket. I mean, you can't even get sick. But being alive is already too expensive. Yeah. So yeah, we really got dealt the worst hand. I mean, we were told work hard and you'll have stability. Nah, we worked hard and we got, Spotify Premium, 3 streaming services and trauma. So, other generations got the American dream. We got the American receipt.
Okay, Southern California. Tap in with me. How do you guys pay for rent, mortgage out here? I want to know. How do you guys afford to live here in Southern California? Because I'm currently searching right now to move and the prices are insane. And I just want to know, how do you guys really survive? Where I've lived for eons, and fortunately, I don't pay market rent. But it's time, and I'm like, whoa, how do people afford this? Sign me up. Let me know. Where do you guys, not where do you live per se, I don't need your address, but how do you afford to live? Are you guys roommating? You live with your parents? I just want to know, how do people really afford to live here? I have a decent job, but the cost of living just seems crazy. So I appreciate you guys giving me some leads.
Folks, I've never seen anything like this. This Wall Street investor built all these rental homes. If we take a look down here, no one is living in them. If you go on Zillow, you can see that they have these homes for rent for $2,500 a month. They're here north of Tampa in Florida. And I'm saying to myself, there's even more over here, everyone. These Wall Street investors, they bit off a little more than they could chew during the pandemic. They got overly excited by how many people were moving to Florida, so they built these communities, and now they're just nearing completion and sitting empty. The ones that are completed, you can see the for rent signs in front of them. And I wonder, how much are they going to have to cut the rent to entice tenants to come live here? This is kind of in the middle of nowhere, everyone. And I think this crash in Florida, folks, it's going to be pretty bad. Head to www.reventure.app to track the rental rates in your area as well as the home prices. Folks, I've never seen anything like this. This Wall Street investor built all these rental homes. If we take a look down here, no one is living in them. If you go on Zillow, you can see that they have these homes for rent for $2,500 a month. They're here north of Tampa in Florida. And I'm saying to myself, there's even more over here.
I would have to disagree that $2,100 a month is damn cheap. And a lot of people have commented this, but it's just not true. So I'm going to explain why. The national average salary in the United States right now is $59,000, and $59,000 after taxes, your take home every month is about $3,800. So if you are a household or a single person living off of that one salary, that rent right there is more than half of what you're making. And that's just the average. So of course there's going to be people that are well below the average who cannot even afford a $2,100 rent that you guys are saying is cheap. Now, I'm not ungrateful at all. I'm blessed that we are able to afford this $2,100 of rent, which we got at this rate because we moved during COVID, during the height in 2020. We moved there in 2020 during the height of COVID, and they were having a really good deal because they were desperate to get people in. Now, unfortunately, that rent is about $3,000, but why are we normalizing Why are we normalizing $2,100 a month of rent as being cheap when the majority of people in the United States don't even make enough to afford this type of rent? So many people have roommates. So many people who are families and have multiple children are living in an apartment instead of living in a house, which is what we are saving for. We're never going to own this apartment. We're all just throwing our money away, renting instead of buying. We have no buying power right now as millennials and as Gen Zers. Why aren't we able to afford to buy things like the generations before us did? How come we're the ones that are screwed? I was born and raised in California. It's not going to be possible for me to buy a home here because the average price of houses here, and these are old houses, like 1950s houses, is about $700,000. I thought I made decent money. Last year was the most I ever made, right? I thought that we would be able to afford a house. We're not going to be able to afford a house that's almost $1 million. It's just not going to happen. So I understand people saying $2,100 is cheap. It's not cheap. It's cheaper than other places, but we are all of us are being overcharged for rent, and these houses are insanely expensive, and there's like no chance of most people ever even being able to afford to buy a house in their lifetime. That's sad.
Hi guys, home is supposed to be where peace lives. So the American dream used to mean a home, a family, and a little backyard peace. Now it's a nightmare wrapped in rent bills. From Florida to California, ordinary Americans are losing sleep on daily basis, not from ghosts, but from bills. This is Tiana, and you're watching Tiana's React. So let's dive in and see people's opinions to this.
Shut up, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
There's a moving truck. There's a moving pod. There's a moving truck.
Florida has over 2 million empty homes, yet it's still one of the most unaffordable places to live. Let's make this make some sense. So let's break this down. There are over 2 million homes in Florida that are sitting, unused, unoccupied. And yet the state is in a full-blown housing crisis. People can't find affordable housing. Houses just keeps going up like Beyonce's ticket prices. And the kicker? Insurance companies are raising premiums like it's a new hurricane every week, and it's nothing even going on right now. Yeah, we've had no new hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico. In the Gulf of America, we've had nothing. So my question is, who is actually really benefiting in Florida from keeping those homes empty? Because somebody has to be benefiting from that. So they keep the homes empty and the rates high. Then who's really winning in that situation? Really? What's your thought? Why do you think they have so many homes sitting vacant in Florida, and why their insurance rates are sky high? What do you think is really going on?
I got a letter recently that my property taxes are going to go up $600 a year from now on. I got a letter that my homeowner's insurance is going up $60 a month. My propane company sent me a letter that my propane is going to double this year. They just came and filled up my tank. It was $1,000. That's crazy. Also, as a entrepreneur and business owner, I get my health insurance through the marketplace. So you have the Affordable Care Act. I pay $45 a month. They just informed me that if this bill passes and I lose my tax credit, I'm going to go from $45 a month to $660 a month for health insurance. I need to buy a new car, and I can't because the cars have gotten more expensive and the interest rates have gotten so much more expensive. I can't find a reliable car that has the same monthly payment of $450 a month that I've been paying now for a new car. Not necessarily new, but new to me. Groceries are insane, and it feels like every day I get a new email from another subscription that I have, whether it's Netflix, my website subscription. Everything's increasing in price, and I sit pretty much every day stressed about money, and yet I know that there are so many people in this country that are way worse off than me. And they're not making it, y'all. They're not making it. What hurts me the most is that there are so many women, especially, that just cannot afford to leave abusive homes and they have to stay in it because of this economy. So are we great again, America? Like, is this what you voted for? Meanwhile, they all sit there in DC not feeling any of these pressures, not doing anything about it, not giving a shit about the American people. I have been extremely poor and I have been extremely wealthy. And I know from firsthand experience that the wealthy people don't notice it. And most people are pretty self-absorbed and aren't thinking about other people anyway. So we got to talk about this more. We got to raise hell. We have to let DC know that this is not acceptable. Regardless of your party, we have got to help each other.
We all know that the housing market in the US is overpriced, but by how much? There's now a study that shows which cities have houses that are being sold way above what they're actually worth. At number 10 is Jacksonville, Florida, with houses more than 41% more expensive than they're actually worth. Number 9 is Palm Bay, Florida. Number 8 is Charlotte, North Carolina, which I believe because I know a lot of people who've actually moved here recently. Number 7 is Lakeland, Florida. Number 6 is Memphis, Tennessee. Number 5 is Northport, Florida, and surprisingly, I could not find a good photo of the city anywhere. Number 4 did not surprise me. It's Tampa, Florida, and the houses are 45% more expensive. I feel like Tampa's been a booming city for years now. Everybody's moving there. Number 3 is Cape Coral, Florida. 2 was surprising, Detroit, Michigan. And the city with the most overpriced homes is Atlanta, Georgia, at almost 50%. Are you surprised by this list?
The cost of living in Florida is absolutely fucking ridiculous, and the pay is not matching up with it, especially for healthcare workers, specifically nurses, is who I'm referring to because that's what I know, that's what I do. A lot of my videos talk about this. A lot of people comment that I live above my means. I would like to show you a video of me. I am the person that a lot of my friends go to for financial advice because I'm very frugal, I'm very good at budgeting. I love budgeting, I love saving money, I love investing money, I love doing things like this. Can't do it anymore because I literally don't make money. But yes, a lot of my friends come to me, and this video that I'm going to attach is one of my best friends. She was moving to Tampa. She wanted my help finding an apartment that she could afford. She sent me her pay. She sent me all these things. So I said, oh my god, girly pop, absolutely. Look at this fucking shit. Okay, December 29th, 2020. This one was $13.40. I clicked on this link, and it took me here. All right, we're looking for the 1-1 that I sent her, which was this one. 743 square feet, 1-1. It was 18, but after all the additional, it's 1964. I sent her a 12-month lease. For a 12-month lease today, that is $24.61. So yeah, it's not a me issue, but thank you. Also, yes, I could get 27 roommates, or live like in Section 8 housing, or have like the cops perched outside my apartment every day. For example, my brother was trying to convince me to move to Jacksonville, and he's like, hey, you should come live here. He called me the other day. He goes, Grace, the cops knocked on my door at 4 a.m. and asked me if I heard anything. And I was like, did you? He's like, no. Apparently my neighbor got murdered and dragged down the stairs. But you should come live here because it's cheap. It fucking better be.
I'm walking around a Florida home building site right now, and absolutely no one lives here. Look at all these empty homes. The last time we saw anything like this was 2007, right before the big crash. And prices in Florida, they end up going down 50%. You can see even more homes in the distance over there. Now, the cities in Florida that are going down the most right now include Tampa, St. Petersburg, Sarasota, Bradenton, Naples, Palm Bay, Port St. Lucie. Values are dropping all across the state, and they're even about to drop in Miami. And I'm just wondering how much these prices are going to drop, because Florida home buyers are priced out of the market right now. The values went up so much during the pandemic, and none of the local population here can really afford to buy a house with a mortgage, which is why you just have all of these empty home builder homes sitting unsold on the market. These houses are listed around $300,000, $350,000, and they're still not selling. Check this out, everyone. Even more new homes from these builders. You better watch out if you live in Florida in 2025 and you're trying to sell a house, because this market is dropping.
So guys, if nothing changes, home ownership will soon become a luxury, not a right. The system is broken, and every month another dream comes up for rent. What do you think, guys? Well, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Please do well to like, share, and of course subscribe to keep the channel moving. Till next time.